They just kicked me out.
Kicked you out.
There I am. You guys are muted. Why do they keep on kicking me out? You're on mute.
Is your audio coming through?
There you go. I can now. You were on mute.
Very good. All right. If y'all will raise your right hands, please. You too, Mr. Stockwell. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call shall be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go right ahead.
Mr. Stockwell, can you hear me? I'm Victoria Lane, the lawyer.
Morning, Victoria.
Mr. Stockwell, could you state your full name for the court?
Leon Alfred Stockwell, Jr.
And Mr. Stockwell, I have an affidavit here that you've reviewed several times. Did you know the decedent from 1993 until her death?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you aware that she was, that her first spouse was Larry Wayne Hunt, and there were two sons born of that marriage, Christopher and Jason Wayne Hunt?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you aware she had a second marriage to Patrick Thomas Weber and no children were born or adopted of that marriage?
Yes, I am.
Other than the two children of Christopher and Jason Hunt, there are, to your knowledge, are there any other children born or adopted to Donna K. Weber, AKA Donna K. Hunt, Donna K. Johnson?
No, ma'am, there is not.
Thank you. I passed the witness.
Any questions to this witness?
No questions to this witness, Your Honor. I previously spoken to you.
Attorney Lydon that you spoke with said there's no further questions, Mr. Stockwell. And I so appreciate your time in appearing by Zoom for us today.
Thank you.
Mr. Stockwell, what you're going to do is that document, that affidavit of facts concerning the identity of heirs, you're going to sign that before a notary public and return that to Ms. Lane. Once she gets that, she'll e-file it with the county clerk. But we appreciate you taking time, and you may be excused if you wish.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Well, Mr. Derrick.
Yes.
Could you state for the court how many years you knew the decedent?
I've known the descendant from 2009 until they passed.
And how did you know her? You were her neighbor?
I was a neighbor from 2009 to 2018.
And
December.
December, okay. And that opportunity, did you be able to know her pretty well?
Yes, or have that.
Oh, okay, and in that relationship, would they have told you if there were any more children that she had than her two sons?
Yeah, that was the only two,
Okay,
Jason and Chris.
okay, and you actually knew the former husband, the stepfather that passed away.
Yes.
That's the other state we're dealing with, Patrick.
Yes.
I passed the witness.
So, Mr. Thomas, you were the next door neighbor, right? for a long
Yes.
time. And I previously talked to you that other than these two children, those were the only heirs that you know of in this estate.
Correct.
You have no question, as far as you know, that is correct. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right, no further questions.
Is everything contained in that affidavit of facts, it's true, correct? You can sign that just as your name is typed on there, sir?
Oh, he could go ahead and sign it. You've read through the proof of death and other facts, and you find it to be true and correct. Yes. Thank you. This is your oath that you will and truly perform all duties. As you recall, Your Honor, he is a temporary, it will be permanent now.
Right.
But
All right, so what we're
independent.
gonna do is, as soon as we get Mr. Stockwell's affidavit filed, I'll sign the judgment declaring heirship, the order authorizing independent administration. That time you'll be able to get letters of administration. Ms. Lane will get those from the county clerk's office. Once I sign that, you're gonna have 90 days to file an inventory with the court. This is a guide that explains the process. You can take that with you, review it whenever you have time. But other than that, I hope everything goes well. Thank you so much for coming in.
If I may, Your Honor, in my report of attorney ad litem, I had not spoken to Christopher Hunt prior to today.
Yes,
He works in West Texas. I could never catch him by phone, but it's here I've had a chance. to interview him.
Where are you now?
Oh, this
Me?
one.
Oh,
No,
you
I-
work in West
Yes,
Texas.
sir.
He
Yeah, I
works
work
back
out-
and forth.
Yeah, I travel. I'm oil field inspector, so I'm always out of town, so
and off
I'm back and
out
forth,
in the
back and forth.
woods.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's not included in my report, however, I have spoken to him. The information in the application.
Good, because you gotta be careful of the oil field
I know.
inspection.
Yeah,
All right, well, y'all have a great week. Thank you.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared.
Thank you. You take care.
Thanks, everybody. You too, man. All righty, you too. Yeah, let's stand up.
Okay, Mr. Brinkley, I'm confused here.
Okay.
Okay, who's Janet Lynn Finn? Okay, and so you were the mother of Skylar James Finn? Okay. And it says something in one of the reports about a divorce pending with
There
somebody
will-
named Bell.
The grandparents, Janet and her husband, are the managing conservators of a child that belonged to Skylar.
Okay,
The mother has signed a waiver and a consent to us being here today. But the circumstances are that the mom and the decedent, the mother of the child and the decedent were going through a divorce when he passed away. And my client and her husband have been serving as the managing conservators of this child since he passed away. He was the managing conservator temporarily. They are now the temporary managing conservators. That's a whole different issue, Judge.
Okay. All righty. And who do we have online? Is that
It's
Cassandra,
Cassandra.
the disinterested witness? Cassandra, how old are you?
I am 22.
Okay, well, you're looking to be about 14. You may not like that now, but you'll like it later on. All right, if I can get y'all to raise your right hands, please. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay,
Go right
Judge, I
ahead.
guess I'll start with Mrs. Brown's online here. Mrs. Brown, hi, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Cassandra, how do you know the decedent?
I've known him since 2010. My best friend is his sister, Alexis Finn.
Okay, you've had ample time to get to know the family so that you feel like you understand the family history. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And have you had a chance to look at the affidavit that we prepared concerning the family history? Is that before you?
Yes.
Okay, or is all the information on there true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you haven't been promised anything for being here today, is that right?
Yes,
You
sir.
don't have no interest in the estate, is that correct?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask you to execute that affidavit, okay, and we'll get it back from you.
Okay.
Pass this witness, Your Honor.
Any questions of this witness? I've read your report.
No, sir, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
The judge, I would call Christina Guy. Mrs. Guy, your name is Christina Guy, is that correct?
Correct.
And how do you know the family?
Family, well. This my scholar's mom since we were in fourth grade together. Forever.
Long time family friend, is that correct?
Yes,
You're not claiming any interest in this estate, is that correct?
no, sir,
And you haven't been promised anything for being here today, is that correct?
no, sir,
All right, have you had a chance to look at the affidavit I prepared and set before you?
yes, sir,
Are all the facts on there true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you if you would go ahead and execute that document, and I'll pass this witness, Your Honor.
I don't have a question.
All righty,
The judge, I would call Janet Finn as my next witness.
all right.
Okay, Ms. Finn,
You may be excused if you need to go to another court.
Yeah, I got just holes.
hey,
You
thank
sure,
you.
Judge? I'm
Thank
good?
you.
You're good.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see you.
I was texting them on the way.
So,
Thank
Mrs.
you,
Finn, you're Skylar's mom, is that correct?
Have a great.
Okay, okay, second, it should be G-U-Y and they have G-A-Y.
What is it?
On her last name. Last name should be G-U-Y,
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
and it's in there.
Okay, that's good.
okay. So Janet, we were saying you're the mother of Skylar, is that correct? And just to give the court a little background, Skylar was involved in a very unfortunate accident on his motorcycle that led to his death, is that correct?
Yes.
And he was 27 years old at the time that he died, is that correct? And the reality of it is, he doesn't have any assets, but the estate has a survival claim as a result of the motor vehicle accident. Is that correct?
Yes.
The case has not been settled and we don't really know the value of the case, but that is the sole reason that we're here today, is to be prepared in case, in the event that that case settles. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. You've heard the testimony of the two witnesses concerning the facts of heirship. And, okay, great. And do you agree with the heirship facts as stated?
Yes.
Okay. This is a copy of what we produced, that we prepared as an affidavit of assets. Do you agree with what we have kind of come up with in terms of the value of the estate?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to sign it just like your name appears right there.
I'm gonna do $1,000 bond
Okay.
since it's a dependent and since
Okay. And Judge, when the case settles, we'll be back and we'll report that to the court and address the bond at that time.
Yes.
Okay. The only thing I'm going to ask is that on this proof of death and other facts, you got a chance to review that? And is everything on there true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and sign it, just like your name appears right there.
You should sign my middle name.
There you go. Judge, I have nothing further for this witness.
Okay, you're also gonna sign your oath. And so what's gonna happen, Mr. Brown, you are going to sign your affidavit of facts concerning the identity of heirs before a notary public. Return that to Mr. Brinkley. Mr. Brinkley will e-file it. Once he's done that, we have your document signed. I'll sign the judgment declaring heirship and the order authorizing administration of the estate. Here is a guide that you can take with you that explains the process. You can review that whenever you have time. I know that Mr. Brinkley will guide you through the process. But other than that, I hope everything goes well. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Cassandra.
For your time.
Y'all have a great.
Have a good day, Judge.
You may be excused, Ms. Brown.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, thanks, Dean.